Pokemon Legends ZA most likely is confirmed to have an online mode. You know what's very sus is that I just looked up wireless Pokemon games just to see which Pokemon games had it. And guess what appeared? It was Legends ZA right at the top. That means that the Google or something like Nintendo, Game Freak, they just put it there. But technically other games also had it too, like a lot of other Pokemon games that I actually didn't even know existed, like Magikarp Jump. What even is that game? It's like a mobile game. I see, it's like puzzles. But yeah, back to Legends ZA. It will have a sort of a link play menu where mystery gifts will reside. As we know with the mystery gifts, if we pre-order the game early on, we could get a Routes and a Gardevoir gift, which means that the Routes could Mega Evolve once it reaches the Gardevoir Mega Evolution, but we're not sure if it is for Gallade, but it's mainly just Gardevoir. And Legends Arceus didn't have such a menu compared to Legends ZA, so this is why it's very interesting that Legends ZA would have this link play menu compared to Legends Arceus. We will need to connect with our Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2 system to the internet to claim this bonus. These rewards are also unlocked after the Mabel's research in the game. So that is probably like 1 to 2 hours of playtime, since Mabel's research is like sort of like in the middle. That's not really the important part yet. We're supposed to just explore the city first and get the starters, and also encounter the Team MZ, like the characters with Urbane and Sonny. So yeah, that makes sense that Mabel would be like in the 1 to 2 hours of the playtime game where it is accessed. During this process, the user profile on their system will be need to link to a Nintendo account in order to connect to the internet. But it does not require Nintendo Switch Online membership, which is good. All we have to do is just connect it to a Nintendo account and just get the mystery gifts. These could only be redeemed once per the save data file. Legends Arceus didn't have battles with other players, so there was no need for a link play menu. As we saw, like with PvP, it has been very prominent, especially even before like Gen 6. Like it was still there. I think it was Gen 3. Like they had a lot of like systems once the games just went on and on. Even before Gen 6, there was a lot of communication features where you could just link battle, trade. Legends ZA does have a link play menu, so that likely means that a second player will be joining us during the mega battles instead of an NPC, which would be cool. So like imagine we could just battle those rogue mega Pokemon with other people. That most likely should be there, since there's no way that we would just battle rogue mega Pokemon with just the NPCs. Well, maybe just part of the story, it could be that way, since Lita and Naveen is part of the story and they're the side characters technically, or the main characters I should say. So it does make sense that we would battle with the NPCs during the storyline, like the main story, like we did with Arvin when we were battling the Titan Pokemon. We actually battled with NPCs and even Nemona and Penny. During the Area Zero expedition, we were just with them all the time. We were never with other players, so I think once it's post-game, like once it's just like extra side stuff, or even just Dynamax battles in Sword and Shield, they were in the beginning of the game and we could still battle with other players. So possibly, most likely, there will be link play with other players during the Rogue Mega Pokemon battles. And maybe we could also battle with other players, like one-on-one, which is very cool since the real-time battle system is going to be extremely like different compared to the other mainline games that we've ever seen before in history. Like we're going to see like moving around non-stop, dodging, throwing items, no not items, like moves right at the same time, intervals, just timing it correctly, and positioning. Everything is very important when it comes to ZA battles. But maybe there might be a barrier, because I feel like if the ZA battles are huge, imagine how crazy it would be if two of our Pokemon are huge. Like our Pokemon is huge, like we have a huge, let's say, what's a huge Pokemon? Like a Mega Warlord. And the other person has a legendary Pokemon like Eternatus. I don't even know if Eternatus is going to be in this game, but let's just say we have two huge Pokemon. What if the battlefield is way bigger? Like we could move the Pokemon around to scale. Like it will be way bigger than us, and we will be moving it around as it is following us. So maybe the battlefields could be bigger the more bigger the Pokemon is, and we would have more room to move around, since, you know, if the battlefield is too small, like just for little tiny fletchlings or those little small Pokemon, then there would not be a lot of space for the legendary Pokemon in the future. And if we want to have more epic battles in the future, like one-on-one, with multiplayer battles. So that would be very extremely cool. And there's a possibility that most likely we'll be able to trade Pokemon with others and other friends as well. We always trade Pokemon since Generation 1, and trading Pokemon's a huge thing, especially that's why they call it the Pokemon trading card game, because everything just has to do with trading. Also, the mystery gifts being in the menu suggests that the games will have online items or Pokemon distributions, just like in other mainline games. We're starting off with routes and Gardevoir, but there's definitely going to be more in the future as there's more events. There's like special things like Valentine's Day events or Christmas events. They always give out special Pokemon like Delibirds, even shiny Pokemon. I remember Scarlet and Violet, they gave shiny Lucario one time for free if you just use a gift code. There's many opportunities every day to get free mystery gifts throughout these online distributions through the Pokemon Legends ZA systems. So it is extremely fun. I like getting mystery gifts. They're very fun to just redeem those gift codes and just type in whatever you want. Or even just Pokemon Anniversary. I know most likely there's going to be on the Pokemon Presents Day a mystery gift for Legends ZA, which we'll have to look out for, but that is a long time from now, so there's no need to mention that right now. But I'm just saying an example as a mystery gift that in Scarlet and Violet as well. I think this Pokemon Presents on February a few months ago, there was a mystery gift for, I actually don't remember what it was, but it was a mystery Pokemon. And there's also a special Terra Raid battles, so I think Rogue Mega Pokemon are also gonna have specific events depending on which event it is. It's like limited edition, like we could catch Gen 1 Pokemon that is only for a limited amount of time, like Rogue Mega Charizard. Imagine how cool that would be, Rogue Mega Charizard. Especially with you battle with other players using this link play system. Just connecting with one another through Wi-Fi. And you just take on the same Rogue Pokemon together. It would just be extremely cool. Especially if they have more rarer Pokemon. The newer Pokemon that are coming out like Mega Dragonite, Mega Rogue Dragonite. That would be extremely cool. Or it could be a limited edition shiny version of it, like shiny Dragonite. And what color do you guys think shiny Mega Dragonite is gonna be? I've heard some people saying it's gonna be green, blue, pink. Pink is for retaining the original Dratini color. Blue is just to, obviously Dratini, but pink is the shiny version of it. And green is obviously the shiny form of the original Dragonite. I think personally there would be if there was a shiny form of Mega Dragonite, I think it should be pink. Since, you know, it retains the original Dratini color. I think blue would look a little bit weird. It'll look like Blue's Clues or something. If it was green, it'll look kind of like the same as earlier. I don't think they'll do the same type of shiny color. Like Mega Dragonite might also be in the mystery gifts for the link play systems. When we go into the Mabel's research throughout the Legends EA game, Mabel is basically going to give us items every time we complete certain tasks. Like in Legends Arceus, remember with Silene, we had to always catch a lot of certain Pokemon. I remember that was a pain, like just going through so many different areas like woodland fields, obsidian fieldlands, cobalt coastlands. I don't even remember the names, but it was like a lot of mountainy areas and grassy stuff where we had to just catch Pokemon over and over again. Because the research task said like, oh, you gotta encounter this Pokemon and catch it a certain amount of times. The more you catch it, the more checks you will have. And the more checks, Silene will give more rewards as you rank up. But technically, I think in this game, it's going to be a different system of ranking up, since ranking up is going to be more of the ZA Royale thing, not the research tasks. But with Legends ZA, the Mabel's research tasks, she's also going to give us rewards, like this certain TMs we had. Remember Whirlpool? It had cooldown timer of 7 seconds, so I'm interested to see what other cooldown timers they would be. I really think that it would be so cool that if certain moves just had like 1 second cooldown timer, you could just spam it over and over again. And I think there will be new items in this game where you could boost the amount of cooldown timers that there is. Constantly boost the timers, make it faster, the moves. But it's interesting that they said that it takes approximately 1 to 2 hours of playtime before we could access this play menu. So 1 hour is actually not a lot if you think about it in Pokemon games. That's like just the basics. In the first hour, you just explore the new routes, get used to the weak Pokemon, and formulate your own team. So 1 hour is not a long time before we get this system. It's actually very interesting that they did this. I mean, it's not really an intentional leak. I feel like this is not really that surprising since, you know, especially with 2025 now, there's no way that they're not going to put any sort of wireless system. You know, with Sword and Shield and a lot of other Pokemon games way before this, they've always been doing the same thing over and over again. Legends EA is not really that surprising to get this sort of function, even if it was quote-unquote leaked out of Nintendo's Game Freak website, but it's not really that surprising. And there's also, remember, the return of Holocasters from X and Y, which is this technology system that looks like kind of like greenish, tintish color that is like a TV system. It might act as a narrative justification for the online features, which is like sending holograms, trading messages, battle requests, and etc. And this also aligns with the multiplayer expectations. Even though it's not directly confirmed, these holocasters could be a form of communication between our players, especially with Scarlet and Violet as well. Before this game in Generation 9, it introduced the Union Circle, which is like walking in the wild together, and picnics, so it was a very huge thing. Just imagine if this returned, like the Union Circle. Imagine you could just walk through the city entirely, like it would be so fun. Team up with like 5 to 10 people and go around the city. Imagine you could just shop together, like you could see what's going on. They never did this in the Pokemon games before, where you shop together. Customization is taken up to another level. I think the most interesting thing about Pokemon ZA is the side quests. If we forgot about the Detective Emma, she's gonna be giving us side quests for us to do, and we have to go out throughout the city to help NPCs out, like wherever it is, like cleaning the rubbish in the streets, or something like just helping Pokemon like find them in the scavenger hunts where they're hidden throughout the city, or those orbs of Spiritomb wisps that we had in Legends Arceus. That's a very interesting thing that I want to see the game explore even further. And the side quests is gonna be fun to do. And yeah, that's basically it, most likely. I'm gonna keep you guys posted on the latest news and the leaks, everything that is going on with Legends ZA. This is the place. Subscribe and turn on notifications. See you in the next video.